Hello, good afternoon again. Welcome to Papa Bear. This is another version of this channel, another edition of the videos that we have on this channel, and it's really interesting to see how the conversations are shaping up around fatherhood. I wish we had more conversations around it, but yeah, let's get going. Let's get started. Let's see how this thing progresses. We've been talking, well, the last video, we talked about some of the ways that dad can help shape the future of children. When we talked about the issue of creating experiences. So today I want to talk about something else. That's what I'm calling imparting of values. So I believe it's one of dad's primary responsibilities to give children a sense of value, or by value I mean the things that they consider important, and to help them figure out what that is. Because if you think about yourself and the things that are important to you, your values, they're largely shaped by your experiences. They're shaped by what's happened in the past and the things that are going on around you. Your values, I think, for the most part, tend to stay stable. You might go through a life-changing event, maybe a big loss or maybe a big win, or something that alters your values significantly. But for the most part, your values tend to be ingrained, inbuilt. Now, I think that children don't necessarily understand what is important in life and for them, or to them as individuals, because they haven't lived long enough. And I think it's necessary for dads to sort of shape that and to steer them in the direction of values that make sense. Now, you may or may not share those values, or you may not agree with the values, or you may not practice them yourself. But it's very important for you to look ahead and say, what would be important for this child 10, 15, 20 years from now, that they need to be considerate about or need to inculcate in their own lives and to become one of their values, one of their core values. And just to give you an example, you could have a value like integrity. And I mean, that sounds very amorphous, very up there. But integrity is about the way you handle things every single day. It's about aligning your speech with your actions, that you do what you say and you say what you do. It's a simple value, but as a father, you can begin to inculcate that in the child. And it's simple things like, you yourself as a parent, you don't make promises that you're not going to fulfill. And so when they see that, they begin to realize that you don't just say things as a father, you actually follow through. And when you know you cannot follow through, then you don't make promises. And they begin to associate that with you as their dad. And not just leaving it at that theoretical level, but making it a very deliberate and practical lesson for them. And being able to just point it out that this is what I'm practicing is integrity. I'm telling you one thing and I'm practicing that one thing. I'm not saying one thing and doing another. And you're deliberately telling them that this is what integrity looks like, and this is why integrity is important, and why they need to inculcate that in their own lives. So that's sort of my perspective on it. I think that fathers have to be the ones who take the lead in creating those values, or giving the children a sense of this is what is important in life and this is why it's important for them. Because I don't know that they'll understand it any other way. And I think as a first point of reference, when they hear it from you, then it becomes what they match everything else with. If their values are coming from somebody else, or if they get their values from their peers, or from TV or some other place, before it comes from you, then what will happen is they will match your teachings against what they have learned, their first point of reference. And you want to be the first point of reference, that they understand what integrity is, what honesty is, because they have learned it from you first. So dads, take up the challenge. Make the impartation of values one of your primary roles for this child, in addition to everything else that you have to do. I mean, it's tough being a dad, but hey, what to do. So yeah, if you have any thoughts about this, please please comment, please subscribe to the channel, and critical, please share, so that we can get this conversation going. And if you disagree with me, that's perfect. I mean, let me hear what you think, and let's take the conversation forward. Thank you.